everyone, and welcome to Ecamm Network News and Entertainment. My name is Anna Hale.
And I'm Fuljens. Happy Monday, everybody.
Happy Monday, everyone. Today we have an incredible show today, not only because we are introducing 2 new mods to the squad, but because we have an incredible guest today who's going to be talking about how to supercharge our presence on LinkedIn, on presentations, and she's also going to be touching on introversion and way more than that, Fuljens.
We have tons of Ecamm goodies coming up in the next few weeks and beyond.
Yes, that is right. And our guest, just in case you didn't know who she was, is Lorraine K. Lee, everyone. And she is a keynote speaker, instructor in Stanford Continuing Studies and LinkedIn Learning Instructor. So it's going to be an incredible show. Get your questions ready. If you ever wanted to know anything about LinkedIn and where it's going, this is where you need to be. And we are going to say hello to you all now before we get started. So let's go. We have the amazing Paul.
Mr. Moderator.
Nice to see you, Paul. We have our little ones watching us.
The little ones, yes. The little ones are here.
And of course, we have Jeremy. Hey, Fuljens has something for you. Saeed, nice seeing you here. And we're going to keep you awake. Don't worry about it. It's going to be great.
Yes. Thank you for staying up.
Get your fingers ready and learn about the author. Okay, learn about our guest today. Okay, that's a hint.
Yes.
Right, so we have, Pilichi Game? Is that how you pronounce it?
Pilichi
Game. Estaba se me foco, bro. I don't know what that is. Go ahead and translate it for us.
Pilichi,
Valerie!
Valerie, good to see you.
Oh, Pilichi Games doesn't speak English. Don't worry about it. We speak Spanish. And we speak Creole. So where are you tuning in from? What language do you speak? See if we can do something about it. We have Fuljens, this is for you.
I showcased some Nintendo art on the live stream early today. I'll expect a letter from Yes, exactly. It shows up like the IRS. So
Luis, hello, Luis. And very important, fam, this is it. Your questions should look like this. Otherwise, it's just a comment. And we do love comments, but if you have a question.
Yeah.
Yes. George, hello.
George is in the building. Jeff Hawkins is here.
Oh my gosh, Jeff, hi.
Kirk Nugent is here. Hello, Kirk. Good to see
we
you
have
here.
the fam.
Rabbi
Pilichi
Paskin
Games
is here.
Pilichi Games, this is for you. Amazing. You've been using Ecamm for 3 years. Shalom.
Hello, Rabbi. Hank Russell is here. Good to see you. Awesome. K-Walk, hello.
Go. Okay,
Nice.
I have got Extroversion. I use LinkedIn as my journal, posting 7 to 14 times a week. I think I need professional help. Well, listen, Saeed, you were in the right place. Hank, what is going on? That is awesome. Okay, fam, so we have some great things. Thanks for tuning in. Before we get started, we have this huge congratulations to...
Hey, let's go. The Mod Squad officially welcomes Valerie and Nintendo Legal.
Hey!
Let's go.
Amazing. Welcome.
Welcome to the Blue Wrench Squad.
Right? Exactly. And that is amazing because there are so many things going on in Ecamm right now that your help is definitely welcomed, right? So There's so many things going on, starting with a new community page, fam. We have a new community page, and this is where to find everything that you need to know about Ecamm. Fuljens.
Yeah, definitely. Oh man, this is great. This is the hub. Everything from the Facebook page to the Discord to beta, the YouTube shows, the YouTube channel, the challenges that take place, all the special videos, the tutorials, everything is in one place, and merch. Everything is in one
Yeah.
place for you all.
That is amazing. And I hear that there's a shout out for Kayla, to Kayla for doing all of that.
Shout out to Caleb. Shout out to
Because
Caleb.
it is great to have everything in one spot. It is
Yes, it
great.
is.
Yes, and then in case you missed it, you know that Ecamm Beta Zoom integration was released. So if you have not downloaded it yet and you would like to give it a go, you can go ahead and download it. The link is going to be in the comments, and you joined the Facebook beta group so that you can post any feature requests or anything that you were experiencing that you did not expect to happen.
That's right.
Right there.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Fuljens. We have, the next one that we have is Ecamm for Zoom Professionals, which comes very, very timely, right?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. That is the workshop that's coming out next week. Of course, it's free. It's going to be here on the Ecamm Live YouTube channel, and it's hosted by the very own Kat Mulvihill. It's going to be a 4-day class, how to master audience engagement, tips for dynamic audience interaction, learning seamless webinar management, and a private Zoom testing session.
That is going to be great, and even greater because she is going to be with us next week.
That's right. Kat Mulvihill joins us live next week at 7 p.m. right here on the Ecamm Live YouTube channel. Maybe on LinkedIn, maybe.
Let's see. I know, right? So we have to, thank you, Fuljens, for mentioning that. How are we doing on LinkedIn? Because we're streaming on LinkedIn, but we have to moderate that channel. So how is, do we have fam in the LinkedIn channel?
We have a few viewers there, and I saw a few comments from Dan. Hello, Dan. Dan was on the LinkedIn side, and I refreshed the page, and the comments disappeared. So I'll continue monitoring.
Okay. All right. LinkedIn.
It's a developing story.
Okay. LinkedIn, thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned because our topic today is so relevant to everyone, but especially to you, because we're going to be addressing some features, some tools and things that you can do to enhance and optimize your LinkedIn profile. So stay tuned for more on that. And then, as if that wasn't enough, all the great things that we have with the Zoom and the Zoom and Ecamm integration, we have Creator Cam coming up. And fam, if you are thinking about going, you should just pull the trigger because why, Fuljens?
We have about 30 tickets left, and those tickets are going to run out really, really soon.
Yeah, and this is not hyperbole. For real, this is exactly right. 30 tickets left. Mm-hmm. And we just opened last week, right?
Yeah, last week.
So Paul is going to add the link to the comments so that you can go ahead and if you're thinking about it, because once it's sold out, it is sold out and you will have to wait a whole year to come and join this incredible camp. There we go. Creator Camp.
Definitely.
There, yes.
Make haste.
Right? It's just. I mean, you all know because you come Monday after Monday. Thank you so much, and you're here with us, and you know what Creator Camp can do. But for those of you who are not familiar with Creator Camp, it's a camp where we all get together, all the creators in the Ecamm Fam, and most of the Ecamm Fam, the Ecamm Fam just shows up. Yeah. So you get to see everyone in there, and we are not counted in those hundreds, right? So you're going to be seeing other fam that you interact with in the shows, in the comments, and you're going to learn so much. You're going to have hands-on equipment. If you ever wondering what the microphones and the lighting and monitors and all of that is going to be there on top of workflows, and it's just hands-on. It's just amazing. It's amazing. Fuljens.
Yeah, definitely. And we get to bond, right? We get to have unique experiences that we're not able to have here on camera,
That's right.
virtually from around the world, right? We're all here in the same space, and it's you cannot you can't replace that with anything else.
That is right. So 30 tickets left, 30 tickets left. And
30 tickets
now,
left.
right? And but what we have plenty of, by the way, what we have plenty of is Leap tickets. So if you have not gotten your replay pass, you still have a chance to get your replays and guidebook for only $45.
Yep. And not only does that include this year's Leap, it includes all the past Leaps. Leap into podcasting, Leap into live selling, Leap into live streaming, all of that for $45.
For $45. Let's go. And
Yes.
remember, shortly, we are going to be having our incredible guest, Lorraine K. Lee, who is the keynote speaker, instructor in Stanford Continuing Studies and LinkedIn Learning Instructor. So stay tuned for that amazingness. But before we continue, again, let's talk about that trivia, right? We do have a trivia today. And that trivia, what's going to happen is that the player with the most correct answer wins. As simple as that. The player with the most correct answers wins. And what do they win, Fuljens?
You are going to win your very own Ecamm Network News mug. Get into focus there. Boom. There it is. There it is. And we don't have it here in our studios, but you also get to win 2 Ecamm Fam coasters. So you can use one of them for your mug and another one for your glass of water.
Yeah, let's show you
Or-
real quick before we so that you can see the amazing amazing coasters right here.
Those are pretty cool.
Look at it. Nice.
2 coasters.
Yeah.
2 coasters and your ENN mug.
That's right.
If you're bringing it to Creator Camp, make sure you pack it with styrofoam and all that good stuff.
Get your fingers ready and start learning about our speaker, because maybe you will get lucky and then you will have the correct answers on some of them. I don't know,
It's not,
but
it's not Googleable, as we said in the tech check. And Saeed asked if it's chat GPTable, Saeed. I don't know. You can try, but
you might try, right? ChatGPT might have
try
something,
fast.
So let's go to the comments and see what the fam is doing before we continue. So we have, all right, so where are we? October is my favorite month. I wonder why.
Yes, favorite new month. Yes.
Oh, we have, oh my gosh. Okay, so we have a lot of great people here. I see Eden, but let me, I see Eden. Let's go,
Yes.
says Eden. Look at the pretty picture you have. Let's see. Can't wait for the moderator awards between Paul and Val.
It's coming. It's coming. It's already here, actually.
I know that's their thing. That's their thing. And then Matt is yay,
Yes,
new mods. So we're
yes.
here. Okay, so this is what I'm here for in the chat. She Eden is yep. We have hello,
Steve
Steve. Oh my
Worthy.
gosh, hello.
Good to see you here.
Okay, and then we have where is I think I saw Doc. I was like, congratulations to people saying congratulations. Whoop whoop whoop
Hey,
whoop.
G. Yes.
Okay. Oh, there he is.
Yes. A TV show from the 60s that had Link Hayes and Julian Barnes.
Okay, that's a conversation they're having over there.
Yes.
Okay. And Felicia says, I love Kat. I follow her on probably everything she does. Well,
Very
amazing. She's going to be here next Monday, so we will see you then also.
And Palichi, your English is very good.
Right? Look at him.
Yes. LinkedIn introduces games.
That is great. That is great. We heard about it, right? We actually talked about it here.
Through Dan, yes. Dan
Yeah.
shared a preview with us.
There we go. So Kay Walker has her tickets. Yes,
Yep, let's go.
airline and everything. That's how we
Yes,
do it.
everything.
And hotel. She's all set.
Yes, all set.
Here we go. And Eden says, I love Lorraine in capital
Yes.
letters. Yes.
Yes.
We got Mika. I'm watching from
Watching.
home. I just got off work. Okay. Well, thank you for
Nice.
tuning in.
Welcome, welcome.
Yes, okay, look at, all right, so amazing. Okay, fam. So here we go. Without further ado, we're going to introduce our amazing guest, fam. Lorraine is a keynote speaker and instructor at Stanford Continuing Studies and LinkedIn Learning. She has more than 300,000 plus LinkedIn followers and 10 plus years of experience leading editorial teams at top tech firms.
Lorraine was a founding editor at Prezi, SlideShare, and LinkedIn, and has been featured in publications including Inc., ReadWrite, and Entrepreneur.
And she is here to share her knowledge and expertise with us about creating a LinkedIn presence and engaging presentations and way more. Without further ado, here is Lorraine.
Hello. Thank you for having me. I'm just so excited to be here. I feel like your shows always have like the most energy and I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. So, Lorraine, we are here. The fam is here. We are ready to learn from you, to learn how we can make our presentations more engaging, to learn how we can supercharge our presence on LinkedIn and all of that great stuff. But before we get started, if you would like to mention anything about yourself and your experience that we did not cover, go ahead and do it.
I think you all covered it. You did a great job. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. All right, fam. So here we go. Let's say hello in the comments and welcome our guest. Yes, we have Eden. I know you and Eden are, I see you.
I was so excited to see her comment. Hi, Eden.
It's always awesome to see someone that we know in the comments, right? When we have, so we have questions on our end, fam. But if you have any questions as we go forward, please feel free. Remember to write a Q in a column so we can find it as we go through the stream. Okay, so Lorraine, ready? Because we're here supercharged.
I am ready. I'm excited.
Awesome. So let's get started first with LinkedIn, right? Because LinkedIn is a platform that we have been seeing evolving ever since, I want to say, the pandemic. When the pandemic happened, it just took off for obvious reasons. But not a lot of us took off with it, right? So there are some of us that are still behind. And can you talk about what changes you have seen and what have been the benefits for you getting on that wagon earlier?
Yeah. So, I think maybe we'll take a step back. So you mentioned that I was a founding editor at LinkedIn. So this was 2013, I think. And LinkedIn at that time was very much known as a job site. And it's been so fascinating to see the transformation since then, seeing that the platform is now really centered around content, community, and conversations, to your point, right? So much has changed and it really is a social platform now. And so, I was part of the team that sort of brought content to the platform, right? It started off as LinkedIn influencers and now thankfully anyone can post on LinkedIn, right? So I've loved seeing that transformation. I think in terms of me, my career, it's been so essential to helping me build my brand, build my presence, right? I talk a lot about presence and the importance of having a clear brand and an understanding, letting people understand who you are, even when you're not talking to them face to face, right? Like when people want to learn about you or they get a message from you and they're like, is this person legit? They'll often go to LinkedIn first, right? To just kind of check you out and see what you're about. So, I ended up getting laid off in November 2022 from my last company, from Prezi, and I started my own company. And like I had the confidence to do that largely in part because of the brand I'd built on LinkedIn as well as the network that I had built.
Okay, all right. And I mean, it makes sense to be ready for those type of things, right? So I'm thankful to you, right, that you have, and you had a post on LinkedIn talking about that, how you now are transitioning in the new challenges, right? The way you post now compared to the way you used to post before, right? Which is all to your point about the branding and how important it is for us to brand ourselves, right? So let's talk more about branding and why that is so important.
Yeah, so and I think you're referencing a post I had where I talked about, okay, when I worked at LinkedIn, I talked about my work at LinkedIn and about LinkedIn, and I didn't really have a clear sense about what I was an expert in or what I wanted to be known for, and I really tied my identity to the company. But, something I say often now is companies come and go, your personal brand is forever. So, companies can, we see in tech, right? Companies can, especially in tech, companies can lay you off in a second, right? It's nothing personal, but it happens. And so to be able to be very clear on what your brand is and to have that presence is really, really important. And, it's really a combination of things. I think when people think about brand, sometimes they get a little bit like, ooh, brand, that's kind of like a sleazy word or kind of slimy. But really, what it boils down to is your personal brand is your reputation, right? What do you want to be known for? And that can be, in terms of your expertise, your soft skills, your experience, all these things come together to make you you. And we all need a brand, a reputation. We don't want to leave it to someone else to dictate what that is for us, right? Like if we want to be very intentional about our careers, and that's why I talk about presence, we need to be very thoughtful about how we're building that brand and how we are being seen, both in person and in virtual spaces.
Yeah, thank you for that. That is such a great point. Fuljens.
Oh no, I'm just monitoring There's a great comment here from Saeed. So when
Mhm.
we're ready to get to comments, we can address that.
How is LinkedIn doing? LinkedIn is good?
Yeah, LinkedIn is good. We have Dan tagging Jesse Hempel, a mutual friend of Dan
Oh,
and
yes.
Lorraine. Yes.
Jessie and I
Okay.
work together. She's awesome.
Okay, awesome. So going back to branding, right? And let's talk about the importance of our profile picture and our
hmm
profile description about page, all of that. What are
hmm
your thoughts on profile pictures and having a professional picture?
hmm Definitely need a professional picture. When I talk about optimizing your LinkedIn profile, the profile picture and the background photo, which is sort of that banner you see at the top, are really some of the most critical things that people need to address first. Because when you go to someone's LinkedIn profile, that is what you see. It's the most visual thing, right? It catches your eye. And literally, I like to say the background photo, especially, is your page banner. It's literally like a billboard at the top of your page. So having a professional profile picture really helps as well, kind of help you connect with others, show your brand, right? I'm a professional here, but it doesn't have to mean that you have to go into a photo studio and do a bunch of headshots, right? It can still be you out and about. It doesn't have to be a professional camera either. It can be a camera phone, for example. Like if you look at my profile picture now, it's outdoors, and I like having some nature in the background. I feel like it just feels a little bit warmer than maybe a studio photo. But it's important to be thoughtful about it. You don't want people cropped out of your photo where you can see their shoulders a little bit or something
Right.
distracting going on in the background. Yeah.
Yeah. And then and then also
And
I
then
yeah, go ahead, Fulgence.
Oh no, just to clarify, when we say professional, we mean a picture with intention, right? It doesn't necessarily have to
Yes.
be you're in a suit and tie and
Right.
and all that good
Exactly.
stuff.
And especially, yeah, with COVID, like it's gotten to a point where people are a little bit more, it's not really suit and tie, but it's, what represents you, but is still professional in that sense, but it's like authentic to you as well.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I see a lot of I, I see a lot of professionals on LinkedIn that have a profile picture where it's very very cropped, and then when you crop it really tight, right, it's pixelated, so you really cannot see
Mm.
their and they're successful. When I go to the LinkedIn profile, I couldn't. I can't even. I'm like, really? You have this picture here? But I
Yeah.
mean, what do you think about that? So like, some people don't think that it's important having a profile picture depending on their status. Is that how?
I don't
Right?
know what that person is thinking.
Right? I
I
mean,
would
like,
say that, but like, yeah, I mean, look, like you go to the page and you're like, huh, this doesn't quite seem right. And again, we were talking about intentionality, right?
mm-hmm.
Every point, it might seem small on its own, right? But every virtual touch point that you have online adds up into a bigger image. So if something's a little bit off here on a site like LinkedIn where there's just so much traffic, and again, like that's really where you kind of showcase your credibility, it does, stick in the back of your mind. You're like, does this person understand technology? Like, do they just not
Right.
care? Like, yeah. So I think it again, maybe just if that's the only thing that's not super kind of buttoned up, then
Right.
whatever. It's
Right.
probably not going to have a huge impact, but you want it to all tell a cohesive story and represent you consistently, right? Every single touch point we have.
Yeah, and I guess my point to that was like they're professional, they're well established. And
Hmm.
when I saw that picture, I was taken aback. So imagine if it's a regular person, regular us, regular Mugo,
Yeah.
right? And we have a picture like that. Imagine the impact that's going to have on
Yeah.
someone who's looking at our profile, right?
Exactly. And you
So,
already know this person too, right? So it's
right.
like if I was coming in, I don't know who this person is, and that's my first impression of them.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Fulgens?
I totally agree.
Okay, so let's go to the comments and see what we have because I think, well, thank you, Doc. He says Anna makes incredible profile photos. Yes, thank you. We go. I think I saw a question here
From
from
Saeed up
Saeed.
above.
Okay,
Yes.
is this one? Okay.
Yes. Saeed asks, I often have fun on LinkedIn and share some
Mm-hmm.
creative stuff about facilitation, virtual cameras, etc. I struggle with CTAs. What's your advice on how to slip it in without feeling forced?
Ooh.
Good question.
Yeah. Well, I love that Saeed, one, is posting, and two, understands the value of a CTA and the importance. Again, I talked about LinkedIn being a platform for content, community, and conversation. So obviously, maybe, instead of a CTA, I think asking a question is a really great thing to start with. So asking for thoughts on what you just shared, asking, oh, does anyone have another tip to add, for example, is a nice way to create that conversation. And then actually what I like to do, or something I've been experimenting with, is I will put the CTA usually in the comments. So people will, go to the comments, want to interact with the post, and then they'll see my comment up top saying, oh, if you want additional resources or if you want to keep learning from me, this is where you can go. I don't think there's a problem putting it in the post content at all. But if you're feeling a little bit unsure and just not quite comfortable yet, that's a nice solution.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. So, going back to headshots because I mean, I'm a headshots photographer, and I'm
Yeah.
interested in all of this, right? What are your thoughts about AI generated headshots?
Good question, Anna. I say try not to have them unless the industry that you're in or the job you're in is somehow related to AI. And I'm just saying that because, I mean, at least right now, some of the images are very, very good, right? But you can kind of tell when something looks a little bit too perfect. And I think you want, your virtual touch points, your virtual impression to be accurate if that person ends up meeting you in person or seeing you live. Sort of like a dating app profile picture or dating app pictures. You don't want to make it look so perfect. And they meet you and like, ooh, like, what happened? So you want it to be an accurate representation of you, right? So I think as much as you can, grounding everything in reality and not, AI generated is the ideal.
Okay. All right. So there you go. And that's what it is, right? Because we're humans, right? So we're not
Yeah,
that perfect thing.
exactly.
And sometimes if something is
Yes.
too
Yeah.
perfect, you don't want to approach such a perfection because you're going to feel some sort of way,
Yeah,
right?
the authenticity. I think more and more on LinkedIn, authenticity is really valued, and I feel like the picture is part of that, right? So,
Yeah. Fulgence, you had a question? A
No, I'm
comment?
just saying I never thought of it that way. Not to use AI generate image unless you're in the field of AI. That's a good way to think about that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
So, okay. So we have some comments here. We have Doc writes.
Everyone has a brand. If you don't intentionally put yours out there, one will be generated for you. Maybe you're the guy who is always late or girl who sneezes loud. Control your brand story. Nice. Love that.
Very true,
That is
Doc.
great. That
Love
is
it.
great, Doc. The reason why I laugh at that is because I am a loud sneezer. Like I sneeze so loud I scare the dogs.
And it scares me too.
Okay, so we have, let's see. So Saeed says, if you don't have a profile picture or
Oh, for
a
real.
last name, I will decline your connection request.
Oh yeah. Say it for the
Because
people in the
100%.
back.
Hmm.
because who will you be connecting with if they don't have any of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who are you? You don't look credible at all. It looks spammy. And yeah, I'm totally,
Yes.
totally agree with that.
Yeah. So, what other ways, Lorraine, can we supercharge our presence on LinkedIn? Other than that, the profile picture and description. What
Yeah, yeah,
else?
yeah. So I describe the profile as really the foundational piece to your LinkedIn presence. And again, like we're talking about LinkedIn presence, right? Not how to optimize your LinkedIn profile, because a profile is part of it, but presence is holistically the whole thing. So profile will go first, and then I like to say, there's other aspects, of course, to the profile, but content would be another really key thing to start playing around with, getting comfortable with, right? Because content is going to be what showcases your insights and your thought leadership and your story and just so much more about you, and make your presence look more robust and complete, and give someone a better sense of, I'm coming to your page for the first time, who is this person and what's their tone of voice and what kind of things do they like to speak on. So content is really important. And I know that it is so nerve-wracking posting on LinkedIn. I felt that way too, even as a LinkedIn editor, but it does get easier over time with practice. And so there are some tips I can share that make it maybe a little bit more manageable, but you don't need to be posting 5 days a week to start, right? I think that's totally unmanageable, and it's going to lead to burnout very quickly. So consistency is key, but if consistent for you is once a month to start, that's fine. Do once a month. And then another thing I like to always add is that commenting is really important as well. So if you're a little bit more nervous about getting your post out there, tied to your name, comments are a nice and easy way to ease into it. You're still getting your insights out there, your opinions, you're building those relationships, but maybe it's not a little bit, not too much like as front and center, and a little bit more subtle, but still very impactful.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. And it is, right? Because you're like writing and it's like, okay, what do I say? And and they do say, okay, if you just engage with a like or a reaction, it's not the same as leaving a comment, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
why is that, Lorraine? Like, why is, because we're still engaging, right? They still see us because people
Mm-hmm.
check the
Yeah.
likes, right? But
Yeah.
why is comment more impactful than the reaction?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think with comments, you are able to drive the conversation forward, and you're able to build a relationship, right? So if I'm just liking or sharing, that's great. And I see that you are consistent and I might recognize your name. But if you're someone who is always adding, oh, an additional tip, or oh, have you thought about this? Or I have this question that I would like you to answer, I'm going to be a lot more tuned into who this person is. And this person is also going to be, again, that's a form of creating content, right? So they're also showcasing what they're about, what they know, all these great things. And so comments can really move the needle forward in terms of also building relationships. I've had people who comment on a lot of my posts, or I comment on theirs, and then we ended up meeting and becoming friends, or they, are each other's biggest supporters. So it's really cool to see some of those relationships form through content.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, Fuljens, we're good on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, you're good.
Yeah, we have viewers tuning in, quietly watching.
Okay, all right. So for you quietly watching on LinkedIn, if you would like to participate, especially right on the trivia that's coming up, but if you would like to participate or ask Lorraine any questions, you need to be signed in so that you can comment, just in case you're wondering and you're not logged in, because we would love to hear from you, right? Okay. Any other comments from? Let's
Yes,
see.
tons
We
of comments
have.
on the YouTube side.
Let's see. We have Eden. Your profile picture is the cover that everyone is gonna judge you on, and that's how we buy books at the bookstore. Yep.
Nice. Nice,
Yep.
Yep.
nice, Eden.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people on LinkedIn are looking for any part of the story that doesn't fit. It's like they're looking for the dent in the persona armor.
Hmm.
Wow, it's so deep, Doc.
Beautiful description. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm trying to.
Doc is deep tonight.
I'm trying to interpret that. And he says, "Speak for yourselves. I'm pretty perfect." He says. Okay, so now everybody's talking about how loud they sneeze. I get you. So Saeed is waiting for the first dance challenge
Link.
to go viral, the LinkedIn.
Oh my gosh.
Do you think that would happen, Lorraine? Do you think that's something that will happen on LinkedIn?
I hope not. I mean, it might, but like I don't know if it can go like how viral it can get, because I don't. It feels a little bit off the
Right.
intention of LinkedIn. Yeah.
I mean, it could be something where corporate Friday, right? So it's like a corporate Friday thing where like, oh, we come and
Sure.
we have a dance
Yeah.
party,
Yeah.
right? It could be
Yeah.
something like that. Might be fun to see what corporations do at their lunchtime on
Yeah.
Fridays.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. Start that conversation on LinkedIn.
We have a question from Dan on the LinkedIn side.
Okay. Oh, on the
Uh,
LinkedIn side. Okay, go
yes.
ahead.
Dan's asking, with LinkedIn's renewed focus on security, how do you feel
Mm-hmm.
about profiles having the option of not having a photo?
I'm not exactly sure how that ties into the security perspective, but I will say, because that made me think of maybe this question's around like privacy settings or something like that, but there is an option to not show your full profile to everyone if you're not connected. And I think a lot of people do that for privacy or maybe sometimes security reasons, right? I always like to say, show it all. Show it all to the world. Don't block anything. Just because you don't know what can come your way, right? I think, if someone's interested in learning more about you, but they don't necessarily want to connect, you don't want to create any additional walls or barriers for them getting to know you. And again, like we're building a presence, right? Why feel the need to gatekeep? And again, certain people maybe, want things to be more private or only want to connect with people they know. But again, so many opportunities can come your way. So many connections can be made through people who have a better understanding of you and want to, kind of read the whole story before reaching out and connecting. So, Dan, I don't know if that exactly answers your question, but that's what it made me think of when you're talking about more like security and privacy settings. I always like to say, just make the whole thing public if you feel comfortable.
Okay, okay. I mean, it makes sense because someone's trying to reach you, and when people reach you on, send you private messages,
Huh?
you can always say no, or not reply,
Mhm.
right? So I, at least for me, if they start right away with, oh, I thought I saw your profile and I thought you will need some help, I'll delete it
Like a sales pitch,
because
yeah.
you really didn't search. You're just sending this random message. So
Right.
I guess if you have it public, maybe that's why some people have it private. I don't know because
Could be. Although I think even if it was private, everyone can still receive those messages. But I do think there's just sometimes hesitation in really putting your whole work history or just your whole profile out there. Just because I get it. Some people are just not as comfortable being as public facing, but I just will say there's so many benefits to doing it. And so I encourage you all, if you're thinking about it, to experiment with it and get discovered and find more opportunities that way. Whatever it is that you're, looking to do.
Okay, thank you for that. All right, so
Yes.
Fuljens, let me know if there's anything out here. Steven, we see you. Hi, Ken. You're here. Okay, Dan Tana. Hello. All right, so we are going to move on to presentations, but before then, one last question, Lorraine, that I have is I have seen on the profile picture a way that you can record your message, right? Like that was. What do you think about that? Is that something that people use? And if they do, first of all, what do you think about it? I just want to hear the thoughts on that feature.
So I loved that feature, and I'm talking about it in past tense because I got rid of that feature a few months ago.
Yep.
Yeah. So I liked it because, I mean, you all know, right? Video stars here. It's just so much easier to, feel like you get to know someone or connect with someone through, them hearing your voice, seeing your face, all of that. So I liked it. Unfortunately, they sunset the feature. There's
Right.
another feature that I like to say, as maybe the second best option, voice recording feature on mobile. So you can record how you pronounce your name, But don't just say your name. It's about 10 seconds, so it's short. But I have a little pitch. So I say my name and then also what I do. So that's another way that maybe you can connect a little bit more through the power of voice if we don't have video available as an option.
Okay, so I guess that's what I was referring to. So that's the thing. So
The voice, okay.
yeah, the voice. So
Yeah.
how do you guide people to it? Because it's not something that is easily like, right? So it is a great feature because, like you say, you can record something more than just how to pronounce your name. But how do you guide people to actually click on it so they can hear it?
So there will be a little speaker icon next to your name if you have recorded something, and people can click that and hear it. But it's like, yeah, it's, I mean, kind of not a super obvious or super, promoted feature. So
Right.
only the ultimate experts and, people on this this show are gonna know about it and play around with it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm like, okay, that's fun, but not everybody will know about it. So is there a way to guide them to it? It's like, hey, if you want to know how to pronounce your name, or if you want to know something, whatever, click on the microphone. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
not so much. I think if you just edit your profile, there will be some sort of like prompt or indication there. But yeah, it's not super obvious.
okay, and I know I said this was gonna be it, but Fuljens, before I go on, do you have any questions or comments?
No, something I do is next to that megaphone, whatever is kind of like phonetically spell out your name next to it because I think it's right next to that. So that will entice somebody to actually click on that, whatever it's called. Yeah.
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 That's always a good idea too. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So here's the last question, I promise, on LinkedIn profiles and supercharging your presence there. Video, right? Let's talk about video and the video landscape on the platform. What do you think?
Video's
right?
good. Yeah.
Right? Because I mean, it's like video is out, and then you have access to post videos, you have access to live streaming it. Yet, I don't think I'm seeing as much as I should be seeing. Right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about that and the opportunities that there are for those of us who are ready to post video.
Yeah. I mean, Anna, your observation is literally why more people need to be recording videos because there's so much less competition. So now's the time to start recording video, and LinkedIn is really leaning into it. They for anyone with an iPhone, they have a new beta tab now showing a bunch of different videos. Usually, they prefer 1 minute or less. They're showing clips of my LinkedIn learning videos, videos that people are just, recording on their cell phones. So video, I've been saying this for years now, actually, but video is such a big opportunity space on LinkedIn to really stand out. And again, like, we don't have the video profile picture, but if people are seeing video from you regularly, they're going to feel like they know you better, that they connect with you better, just get a better sense of who you are. So video all the way if you feel comfortable.
All right, thank you for that. So okay, Fuljens, we'll be right back. Let's go.
Okay.
So so then that is great for us. All right, you heard it. There's an opportunity for us who are ready. We have the equipment, we have the software, right?
Yes.
To go and again, we can go on with our content is going to be fresh because, as Lorraine, you mentioned, there's not a lot of competition when it comes to video. And if there are videos that are being posted, they're either salesy or they're not good and high quality videos like we could be posting. So, all right. So while Fuljens comes back, let's see what's going on in the comments. Let's see what's going on. All right, Johnny, he left because you came. Is that what happened? Let's see. So Eden writes, not gonna lie, I don't understand having a social media profile at all if it's not going to be set to private.
Yeah. Yes, it's in the word, right? Social media, be social.
Right? And then we have Doc. I also dislike shy people because there is technically no such thing as shy, just as BS label people hide behind, but they mean selectively open. Okay, so you know what? That is a great Lee, well, welcome back, Fuljens. About
you.
what do you think about that comment,
Yeah.
Lorraine? Because you talk about also about introverts and
Yeah.
presentations and things like that. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, dog is fiery today. Introversion. I talk a lot about introversion on LinkedIn. I consider myself an introvert, and I am, very out there on LinkedIn and posting all the time. I think that, in corporate America, it is a world that rewards extroverted voices and louder voices, unfortunately. And so what I really like to do is, when I talk about introversion, really show people the powers of being an introvert and how introversion doesn't have to mean that you are not going to be able to succeed at something that might seem like it's suited for extroverts. So, I know you have some questions around presentations, for example. Like people see me present and do keynote talks and trainings, and they're like, oh my gosh, I totally thought you were an extrovert. Just because I'm out there talking. But I mean, I talk for, an hour and a half, and then I am by myself, like in silence afterwards to recharge. So it's really an energy thing. But there's so many traits, that are so positive for introverts and helping them succeed in the workplace, across LinkedIn, like very thoughtful writers, for example. So if you're writing posts or presenting, you really connect with your audience or like you understand them really well. So, just I guess talking about introversion more generally, it's just a passion area of mine to speak on. And I feel like those posts resonate so much with people because a lot of people are introverts trying to fit into an extrovert's world, which can be tiring.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I bet. So, I mean, Fulgence, would you resonate with what Lorraine just mentioned?
Totally. And that reminds me of there's a comment that Eden posted earlier. I'm
Yeah.
trying to find it. About, when we were talking about the significance of posting comments on leaving LinkedIn comments, right?
Yes.
And then that's the introvert can kick in. Like sometimes I feel that way too. Eden said, I'm trying to find it, saying that sometimes like she tries to comment more on LinkedIn posts, but sometimes she feels like her comment is not adding any value.
Well, Eden often posts on my LinkedIn posts, and Eden, I can tell you that your comments do add value. So sometimes it's also just a mindset shift, and someone just needs to tell you,
Yes.
yeah, you are, and we, it's so easy to get stuck in our heads and imposter syndrome and all these things, but you are adding value, Eden, and to many of you out there who might be feeling that way, I'm sure that you are as well.
Yeah, thank you for that because it is true, Eden. You comment on my post, and every time I see your name, I'm like, Eden,
I know,
really,
right?
like out
Yeah.
loud, Eden, and then I
Yeah.
reply to you. So definitely, it adds value, and it just changes the energy because we know you personally, we know you, but also other people who know you through comment, as Lorraine mentioned,
Yeah.
will also feel the same way by seeing your name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's a mindset even for me that I need to work on is that just you having the intention to leave a comment of support is adding value. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So any comments from LinkedIn before we move on? Any comments from what are you all thinking about the introverts and things like that? Let's check. Daniel, hello. All right. Let me see what Daniel has to say. Let's see.
I 100% agree with what Lorraine just said. Introversion is a tendency, and introverts who act extroverted use up a lot more fuel and need time to recharge after. So true.
Yeah.
So true.
All about that refuel. Yep.
I think it's very true. Like Fulgence, we go out and we're like that, and then I'm super energized still when I come back home. And Fulgence is like, listen, I'm gonna come over
Socially
here.
exhausted.
I'm gonna put my headphones on and see you later. Like, totally out.
There was this gum that we found in like a candle shop, and it was like a gum with a graphic on it. It says like, "Go away, I'm introverting."
All right. So let's move on because we have so many great things and we only have a couple of minutes left. Oh, So let's move into presentations. So,
Yes.
Lorraine, you started virtually, right? So all your presentations were virtual presentations, but now you're moving into or you're adding in-person
Hmm.
speaking engagements. So what do you feel? What is the, especially being an introvert? Let's go from there, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Presentations in person versus virtual presentations. What do you feel about them?
Yes. So I started my speaking career virtually, as you said, in early 2021. So not actually too long ago. And I loved it as an introvert because I was at home. I didn't have that pressure of feeling like all the faces, were on me. A lot of people, turn their video off, or even if they had them on, though, there was a little bit of a divide, so to speak, right? Where you feel like maybe it's more like you alone, and people are watching, but it's less obvious, right? Because they're not in the room with you. So for that, I really loved that to help me get more comfortable with the idea of public speaking and doing it. And then now, as you said, many offices, especially in the Bay Area here, are trying to get people to come back to office and offer, fun trainings and activities and things like that. So I've moved to in person, still doing virtual, but doing more in person now. And it's been fun though, still. I think I've been able to use what I learned virtually in the in-person space, and a lot of that was just merely the confidence that I could do it, but things like having to be more maybe expressive on video with like hand gestures and making sure I make eye contact with everyone, those are all things that I could easily port over to an in-person session, and maybe I go even a little bit bigger in person depending on how big the room is, right? But those sort of qualities that are essential to any presentation, I feel like from a virtual perspective really lent themselves well to me feeling comfortable in person. I don't know if I would have felt, as comfortable starting off in person than, the other way around.
Right. Okay. Okay. Valid. Valid. So,
Yeah.
so then what are you, because as you mentioned, right, it's different. You know that people are watching, but you're not seeing them.
Yeah.
When you, when you are in person, what are
Yeah.
your go-to grounding, techniques, right? And,
Hmm.
for you to just get the jitters out because, right? So,
Mm.
so we feel them. What do you do with them? And how do
Hmm.
you let them go?
So, excuse me. Virtually, when I would get nervous, I would just kind of like shake my body out, like dance to fun music, and then interestingly, in person, I focus a lot more on breathing. And there's a technique I really like. I don't know if you two do this as well or have done it before, but the 4-7-8 breathing technique, where you breathe in for 4, hold for 7, and then breathe out for 8. And adding more time to that exhale really helps calm the parasympathetic nervous system and just makes you more relaxed before you have to get up in front of an audience. So it's
Right.
kind of funny seeing the differences in how I, release energy or maybe calm nerves beforehand. But yeah, the breathing, I think, for in person is really key, and just helping you feel centered, like, okay, I'm here
Right.
now, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you
Love
for
it.
sharing that. We breathe, but I didn't know the name of that one. Right? The
Four
what you
seven
just
eight.
mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's a good
okay.
one.
Thank you.
That's a
Thank
good
you.
one. Yes, that is.
Yeah. And then fam, feel free to share in the comments what do you do to ground yourself and release the nerves out of the body. All right. So Lorraine, let's. What are your go-tos for audience engagement, both virtually and in
Mhm.
person?
So I think virtually we have to be extra, extra conscientious of those moments for audience engagement, because paying attention on video and getting distracted by, your slacks and things going off, it's a lot harder to keep people's attention. So the more you can create pattern interrupts or state changes, that's going to be the ideal. And what a pattern interrupt or state change is, it's, in the name, but you're essentially changing something about what you're doing. So it's not me talking about a slide for 10 minutes, but it's me adding fade ins, showing videos, asking a question, just a lot of moments of change. So virtually important to do. I use tools like Slido, for example. I sometimes just use a chat. Sometimes I use a native polling tool. So there's a lot of different things that you can use. And then in person, it's similar. Those things are all important. And then I think what's also important to remember is to move around in person. So go from side to side, not too much, but side to side. And then also make sure that you are, making eye contact with members of the audience directly to help them refocus if they're losing focus for whatever reason. Like, I'm here, look at me. But moving around side to side, being maybe a little bit bigger with body gestures, right? Because depending on, people in the back, right, or how big the room is. But the movement is really key. And then, what was the other thing I was going to say? I think also, well, I guess this applies to virtual and in person, but I think just starting off with a really strong statement where it's not, hi, I'm Lorraine, I'm going to be here to talk about X, Y, and Z today, and da 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 da, but really not like a shock factor necessarily, but just something different, right? Because you really want to set the tone for what they're going to expect. So I always like to just dive right in with some sort of question or like a poll or some sort of audience engagement to start. And so I think I had been doing that virtually. Maybe if I had started off in person, I wouldn't have done that, but I see how well it works virtually. So that's something I bring over as well for engagement.
Okay. All right. Okay. So how do you feel about whether in person or on a workshop, right? That waiting for the room to fill in a little more, like waiting for people, both virtually and in person. Do you wait for the room to fill in a little bit, or you just get started when the workshop or presentation was supposed to start?
I personally like to start right away. I don't know what you think, Fuljens and Anna, but time is valuable. I'm someone who likes to show up on time. So if I'm doing an engagement, I want, if I want to reward or, show appreciation to the people who appear on time as well. So for me, it's important. I know virtually there's like, meetings run over and things like that. So like 1 to 2 minutes later, that's fine. But in those moments, having some sort of music or having the moderator just be clear that we're waiting and not just like awkward silence sitting there and not saying what's going on. I think that's important. But yeah, I think I like to start on time when I can personally. And if people have to trickle in, they have to trickle in.
Right. Okay. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm there because I'm like, I show up early and I have to wait now for the late people to arrive.
Yeah.
For me to, let's not. Okay, good. You my girl. All right. Fuljens.
Oh my gosh, I lost my thought. It was something good. Just something that we were talking about earlier. But there are tons of comments coming in on the YouTube side.
All right, so let's see. Oh my gosh, look, we're almost on. We have let me know if there are any other besides Eden above. So Eden writes, when I'm nervous. What?
Go ahead. No, you
When I'm nervous, I think about what? Fuljens, this is for you.
Jungkook of BTS went to Seoul by himself when he was 15 and is now one of the biggest stars in the world. I can give a presentation to my bosses.
I'm going to have to get that translated. Okay. So Matt writes, what calms me down is knowing that fake confidence is indistinguishable from real confidence. It's science. All right. Yes. Okay. Hard camera cuts every 8 seconds. Sorry, I'm going to have to go to one of your streams and see what's up. Tatiana, hello.
Hello, Tati.
Okay, so Said says, my favorite icebreaker, how much does a polar bear weigh? How much does he weigh? All right.
Now I remember what I was going to say. Go ahead.
Okay. Yes, I'm down with regular audience engagement. Let's go. Okay, and then Doug says, never wait. Unfair to those who showed up on time. Waiting is your ego and effing your ego. Okay, yes. You know what? I'm there with you.
Irie. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we have to do the trivia. Fuljens, go ahead and come up with that comment that you had.
Yeah, so referring to how to break the ice or how to start, working the room. I remember at People of Video, Doc was one of the speakers, or if not the keynote speaker, and he started by just throwing coffees at people, right? Remember, he was like, who wants coffee? He just pulled out coffee straight from Hawaii and just tossing it all over the place. That was awesome.
Fun.
That was awesome. Yeah,
that's
that was
fun.
cool.
Who doesn't like a free giveaway like that? Yeah.
Right, exactly, right? Start the room like, woo, yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's awesome. All right. So these trivia questions, fam, they're all related to Lorraine. Okay? So remember that the player with the most correct answer wins. If there is a tie, the first person who answered that question is the winner. Okay? So that is how we're going to play it. And
Let's go.
yeah, Fuljens, you're ready. This is question trivia number 1.
Let's go. What unique activity does Lorraine engage in? Ballet dancing, rock climbing, scuba diving, Muay Thai, archery, or bird watching? No Google, no ChatGPT. Let's go.
And this is for an ENN mug and 2 Ecamm Brandy coasters. LinkedIn, you're playing.
Yes, I'm gonna be monitoring the LinkedIn side. Oh, chat is good today. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm gonna have to go read all of them.
Chat.
Okay, so we're done? Yes.
Yeah, the timer froze on your end, but we should be good. Yeah, the clock is broken.
Yeah, the clock is broken. Did LinkedIn answer, or should we stop it now?
You can stop,
Okay.
and I'll double check to make sure we didn't get anything on the LinkedIn side. Nope. Just YouTube.
Okay. Well, LinkedIn has like a 20-second delay. But here we go.
That's
The
true.
correct answer is...
Muay Thai.
Hey! Let's see what happened. Let's see what the fam did. Let's see how the fam did.
Doc says Thai food.
Doc. Okay. Yes, Tatiana. That's what's up. Fuljens went down today like crazy. Okay, the clock is broken. Yeah. Should we do that? Okay. No.
We have
Okay.
yeah, we have answers.
Someone guess right?
Yes, we do.
At least one person.
Okay.
We have a few people who guessed it right.
Eden.
Ooh, okay.
Who was
Yes.
the first one? Was Eden the first one?
Eden is the first one. Mhm.
Yay.
Okay, there we go, Eden. Okay, so round number 2. Johnny, listen, this is great. You have chances to win. You still have chances to win. All right, here we go. Keep it. So we have Matt and we have AG with it. Yes, we have Hank with it.
Hank, yes. Mhm.
Yeah.
They
Here
did
we go.
Good. They
Okay.
did good. They did really good.
Yeah, we're doing great. All right. Here is trivia question number 2.
Which of the following about Lorraine is true? She has a twin sister. She's allergic to cats. She hates the taste of cilantro. She's afraid of the dark. She's never had a cavity. She wrote a cookbook.
Okay, let's
Clock is
go.
working.
I know, Fuljens, you gave a lot of options today, son.
These are so funny.
Oh, you guys are good. They're good today.
Oh, wow. Look at you guys. Okay. We still have time left. All right.
Yeah.
I'm
10
loving
seconds.
this. I'm loving
10
it.
seconds on the clock.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. And the correct answer is...
Okay, the correct answer is
Boom.
she has never had a cavity. Oh my
Never
gosh.
had a cavity. Sorry, sorry,
don't-
cilantro haters.
Is that like the most popular?
Yes.
Cilantro one?
We had a few cilantros. We had a mix. We had a good mix, but we did
Okay.
get one cavity winner.
Yes, we
Okay.
did. That was Matt.
Matt Haas, yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So we still have, okay, we have Eden, we have Matt. Actually, we have Matt with 2. All right, here we go. This is the last question, fam. Last question. Here we go.
What is Lorraine particularly good at spotting when she's back home in LA? Rare birds, celebrities, street performers, hidden graffiti art, custom Jeeps, or food trucks?
Here we go. This is it. This is it, fam. Saeed, pull through. Eat and go.
Yeah, Matt is in the lead right now.
Yeah, he is. Here we go. We have, oh my gosh, we have twin sisters. We have a lot of cilantros.
There was a lot of cilantro.
I know, Lorraine, you're going to have to tell us how you did not get cavity.
What's the
People are
secret?
asking.
I don't even know. I'm lucky.
Okay, look at this. All right, okay.
Nice.
Nice. All right, and the correct answer is...
Celebrities.
Oh, okay. All right, so now we're going to look. Now we're going to look.
Did someone
All
get
right,
it?
Yeah.
You know, so
okay.
yeah, we did have a few people who said celebrities. Jeremy said celebrities. Hank said celebrities. So we have 2 celebrity answers, right?
Nice.
Matt had 2 correct, right?
Mm-hmm.
Matt had 2 correct. And Hank, let me see. Just want to make sure we go back and make sure that
We're calculating. Hold on while the judges calculate the points.
the judges are calculating over here.
Because we can go the one with the most points, right? So if Matt already has 2 points.
Yeah, Matt has 2. I'm just making sure anyone else doesn't have 2 points.
Cilantro is also known as
Muay Thai,
coriander
Muay
and Chinese
Thai.
parsley.
Muay Thai.
So while we calculate, here's the question. Who was the last celebrity you spotted?
Oh gosh, last celebrity. I haven't been. Let's see. Oh, no, that's right. Last time I was in LA, I saw. If any of you watched the show SWAT, I spotted one of the SWAT actors in LA in Santa Monica.
So do you take pictures with them? Do you say hello or you just stay behind?
I usually go and say hi.
Okay.
They look friendly. He was very friendly, very nice. Yeah, we took a photo together and chatted a little bit. It was actually a little bit before I was in town actually because I was going to get married. So we talked about that, which was really fun. And yeah, but I've seen many over the years. You know, I live in San Francisco now, so not as often, but every time I go back, yeah, I keep my eyes peeled.
So you probably have a celebrity book. Okay, so Fuljens, do we have a count?
We have quite a few here, so it'll probably be best if you search for those keywords on your comments end.
Okay.
Because we have some conflicting going on over here.
I think Matt is the winner, really.
Because Daniel Chi is saying Jeremy Hubble was first. I'm not sure for which one. Because on our end here in the chat here, at least on the YouTube chat that I'm monitoring, I saw that
I see Jeremy first here on
for which
celebrity.
one? For celebrities, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. That's the one I missed. Okay, I missed that one, yes. Yeah, so Jeremy has celebrities first over here.
Okay. So Jeremy has 2 points also or 3?
I'm going back. I have to go back to the first one. So for the first one, the correct answer was
We're
Muay
over
Thai.
here thinking that we got the point system down.
We had Matt Haas we had Matt Haas, we had AG, we had Hank. All right, so those are the 3 Muay Thai answers. Mm-hmm. Okay. The second one was cavity, right? So for cavity, we had Matt. That was the only one.
That's it.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. So Matt
And
won the first
for-
2 rounds with the most points.
Matt won the first round. Yeah, the first 2 rounds. And then for celebrities, we have Jeremy, Hank, AG. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So
So
Matt
that
is
is
the
correct.
winner.
That is correct. Matt Haas is
Yeah.
the winner.
Congratulations.
You see, congratulations, Matt. I knew you were the winner from the beginning, but we had to do this.
The judges have a.
The judges had to deliberate. I'm like, Matt has the most points. Fam, listen. Yes, they're like, we're not winning. But listen, it was like it was before you got an Ian and mug and coaster. Congratulations for another one. So now you can share with Lilo and Stitch because they will both have their own cups.
They each have a
Yes. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, so Lorraine, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. So where can they find you if they would like to get in contact with you?
Yeah, so you can find me on LinkedIn, of course, Lorraine K. Lee. You can also subscribe. I have a weekly newsletter called Career Bites, which is bite-sized tips to supercharge your career in 3 minutes or less. And then a bunch of LinkedIn learning courses, most of them free and under 10 minutes. So lorraineklee.com/LinkedIn learning. And then last but not least, I have a lot of free resources on my website, including the first part of my ultimate guide to LinkedIn. So if you go to lorraineklee.com/free-resources, you will find all of those there.
Awesome. All right, here we go. So thank you so much. Your tips were great. We are supercharged now, right? With some tips for grounding ourselves, some presentations, and how to use engagement tools for both virtual and in-person presentations. And then we also know how to supercharge our LinkedIn profiles. So if we are not sure about that photo that we have there, just go ahead. Our phones have incredible quality now. So you just find great lighting, and not even great lighting. We all have amazing equipment that we can take an amazing shot just standing in front of our camera and switching that profile picture and making it look super awesome. So everyone, thank you so much for being here with us. We will see you next Monday, where we are going to have Kat with us, and she is going to be talking all about the Zoom workshop that's coming up. Fuljens.
That's right. That is same time, same channel. Kat is joining us, and there's going to be an epic Zoom presence workshop right here on the Ecamm Live YouTube channel. So stay tuned for that. That's all happening next week.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lorraine. Have an
Thank
amazing
you.
night. Fam, we'll see you.
Bye.